What was that?
So when you start a speech, you'll just say Madam Toastmaster, and then I'll sit down.
Oh, okay.
It's just a
Otherwise you'd be standing the whole time. Madam Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, to be or not to be? That is the question. Does anyone know the answer? Hands up. So you know what it is for you. I'm going to do my best to express and explain what it means for me. To be or not to be? Putting it simply, it's me being me being authentic. And I think it's really important, especially now, to be doing this. Yeah. So, if everyone can close their eyes for a sec, and I want you guys to go back in time to before you were a teenager, and just feel what that felt like. Where there were no rules, no regulations, you were just free, you were just being you. Alrighty, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to prior to being a teenager. And for me, I love trees. I love to jump out of trees. I love to climb trees. I remember there were groups of us, up to about 20 or 30 of us kids in my local hometown. And we used to go to the park down the road almost every day after school, and we'd just play. We'd play tips. I'd jump from branch to branch. Occasionally I'd fall out and hurt myself. But there was that level of freedom. No one was telling me what to do. I was just doing it. I was just being me. It felt so freaking good. Seriously. Yeah. And yeah, we used to rock up, play games, play tips. This one time we had a egg fight. I remember we were under 13, and it was in this bushy area, and it's kind of like tips or like brandy. I don't know if you guys have ever played brandy before, but you throw the tennis ball, whoever's in, you throw it with the other people. And it was my turn, and they were throwing it at me. And eggs really hurt, by the way, if you haven't played it. Yeah, they really hurt, so I recommend tennis balls. But my point is, back then, there was that level of freedom, and I was just being me, and it felt so good. And then I hit my teenage years, and it was like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? I hit high school, suddenly everybody was telling me what to do. There were so many rules, regulations, do things this way, do things that way. It was like, whoa, man, it was full on. As a kid, when you transition from having that level of freedom into that transition into high school, as maybe some of you can relate to, yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah. And yeah, it was really interesting. So I am an empath, and I do feel other people's feelings at times. And high school was a little challenging. And feeling what other people were feeling, it was like, yeah, all my channels were open, and I was just feeling everything. It was a lot. Actually, if you're an empath, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel everything. Yeah, I said it again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really important to feel where the other person's coming from in situations. And for me, just being totally honest, I'm an atheist. I'm a real atheist, and 99% of my family are Christians. So I am a black sheep. And what I've discovered and learned is that if I be my true and authentic self, then naturally I want them to be their true selves. And if that's the path they've taken in life, for them, that is freaking awesome. Yeah. It's not for me, but it's for them, it's awesome. This is how I'm able to still get on with everyone, all my family members. Yeah, it can be challenging at times, but yeah. And every time I express myself, I feel what they feel. But they're kind of getting to the point where, oh, Paul is just Paul, we'll let him be. So they're honouring my journey as well. And I think if we all did this in our world, we'd be living in a different place. Seriously, think about it. Yeah. If I honour each of your journeys in life and don't judge you based on what I think is right for you, imagine. Yeah? So I want you guys to be your real selves. Not that you're not already being it. I'm just saying. Yeah? And I'm going to be me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.